it's Liz from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you very much for joining me again today. I firstly have to apologise. My husband has decided that while I'm filming is the ideal moment to use our wood chipper in the garage, and my craft room is at the back of the garage. So apologies if you can hear weird grinding noises going on in the background. That's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Today I am bringing you some little gifts that I am doing. We've got a big team event coming up in a couple of weeks, and I like, particularly with team members who are joining a team event for the first time, I like to do a little gift, and this is the packaging that I'm doing for that little gift. The gift is a team badge. These are only available for people in the team, so that's staying wrapped. So what I have done is I've used the mini treat Thinlet dies and the Tutti-Fruitti paper pack, which is in the new spring summer catalogue, and what I'm doing is putting together a different bag for each of the team members. So these are a couple that I've already done. I've got a few to do. Right, using the mini treat bag. It's a fantastic die set. It's actually one that I treated myself to as a half-price item. It was not the most expensive thing I was necessarily ordering, but it actually worked out that it was the most cost-effective way of buying it, because I had a half-price item and then I had lots of stamping rewards, and for what I wanted to add on, it worked out more cost-effective for me to get the treat bag as a half-price item. So my brain's gone. Oh right, yes, okay, so there are two pieces to the treat bag. This piece, which is obviously quite large, and this is the piece that I've used to cut this piece of designer series paper here, and this piece which I used for this one. It's worth bearing in mind a couple of things. This piece, whichever way you put it through your big shot, it's about 6 inches wide, which, if you remember, the base of the big shot is about 6 inches wide. So here's a 6-inch ruler. You can see that it's fairly tight. And again, if we go in this direction, it's fairly tight. It's just over 6 inches. It will fit through, but only just. You do need to get it very straight on your platform. The other thing to bear in mind is that because you're putting it through straight, because you can't do it any other way, you can't put it at an angle. What I normally say with anything that has a very obvious edge is to put it through at an angle, because it cuts better, it feels better on your big shot, etc, etc. However, the standard big shot won't let you do this particular die anyway other than square on. So do bear that in mind. My recommendation, particularly with this piece, is that you run it through a couple of times, just to make sure that everything is cut. It gets particularly tricky just here for me. It varies between big shots, but for me just here I need to make sure I've cut it really well. It comes out without any problem, but that if anywhere's going to not cut brilliantly, that's where it'll be. So I just make sure that I run that through 2 or 3 times. The smaller piece is fine, you can put that at an angle, and I would recommend you put it at an angle because obviously it's narrow, so you can put it through at an angle. And the top, the other thing to bear in mind is that the top is where the zigzags are. So yeah, so that's that. Pop this back on my magnetic sheet the right way up. So if you've got a pattern that is, you know, got a right way up and a wrong way up like this, then make sure you've got your zigzags at the top of your cutting plate, of your die rather, because that way it will sit right. So that's those. You don't need to see me run those through a big shot. They are just little dies. They score themselves, so there's no scoring. It's all done for you. So you just need to burnish those. I wouldn't go mad with your bone folder. Just, you know, fold them and and give them a good press. And then what you need to do is to line these bits up and stick it all together. So let's do that. Fast fuse would be helpful. So I'm just running fast fuse along that flap first, and then what I tend to do is do it from the front. If you look at this side, basically what you're going to be doing with the smaller piece is mirror what this looks like. So you want your straight edge lined up with that crease. So if we line this straight edge up with this crease, and then obviously the cut edge against the straight fold, and then it will all sit together really neatly like that. And then I need to look at the instructions, because there are instructions of how to put this together. I just want to check how, see, on the instructions they stick the two those two edges together and then fold the flap up. I actually put the flap inside and then fold the two straight edges over it, and the reason for that is, again, if you've got a pattern with a direction, it looks better. So these are obviously pineapples. If I fold that flap up, the pineapples are actually going in the wrong direction, so I like to fold that in and then fold the flaps over, but it's up to you. And I do fast fuse on that flap first, and then I fold it in, oops, and I stick it to my board, then I fold it in. So I just fold one of the flaps in, and then I run, excuse me, I'm trying to shoot all of these videos on one day, or a batch of videos on one day, and as it's my first day back after my bout of flu, it's taking a bit of a toll on my throat, which, although it was flu, not a cold, my throat did end up taking a bit of a hammering, as did my chest. I have to say I have not experienced pulled muscle chest pain like that for some time, and I would rather not experience it again for a while, thank you very much. So I've made it so that it's a little bit baggy as opposed to completely flat, and because I'm putting in something that isn't completely flat, that's perfect. And I'm going to be using the crinkle filler that's in the Spring Summer catalogue. This is part of the Cake Soiree suite, I think, from memory. It comes in white, berry burst and silver, and obviously I'm using the white. I could have used the silver, but white is perfect. The berry burst would not have gone with what I'm doing. Sorry about the rustling noise. So I'm just going to, I'll leave a little bit out, I'm just going to pop that into my little bag. And then pop my little gift in, and then pop some more on top. And then obviously I need to have some way of keeping body and soul together, which is where I came up with the idea of just wrapping a piece of ribbon round and sticking a little label on the front, because that just helps keep everything together. So I definitely put some scraps of card ready to use. My brain, what happened to my brain? There we are. There we are. Okay. So I'm using the Fruit Basket stamp set because it's fruit basket paper. And for this one I'm going to use the pineapple. Now I'm going to punch the pineapple out. So I'm not going to use the outline, because the way the punches work is that they actually punch inside, and you'll see what I mean when I do that. The first thing I am going to do, however, is stamp the You Are the Sweetest. On the one with the pear paper I did to stamp We Make a Great Pair, because if there's any reason to be corny, I will grab it. So I'm doing Lemon Lime Twist and Daffodil Delight. So I'm just going to stamp that in the middle. And then this is a bit punch heavy, and I apologise. I'm using this lovely curved label punch from the annual catalogue. Can I remember what it's called? Pretty Label Punch, there we are. I can only remember what it's called because I put it on the outside. So there we are, that's that punched out. And then, let's get rid of that before I smudge myself on it. Then I'm going to take these are the Tutti-Fruitti label, Tutti-Fruitti itty bitty punches, and they are, can you see them? Ish. A pear, this which is a sort of melon slice, a pineapple, which I'll obviously be using, and strawberry. This one, if you've been watching me for a while, you will know that I have used for other things than punching out fruit, including making a little ribbon track. So all I'm doing is popping my punch in, trying to get it straight on an edge, and again it's sort of straight but not square. That's better. So like that. It's not perfect, but it's fine. So that just then will work beautifully as something to run my ribbon through. So if you see here, that's what I've used for that. And that actually is the melon slice. So yeah. Right, so let us do some pineapples. I'm going to do the base first, I think, which I'm going to do in Daffodil Delight. Now, I know that this is going in that way, so I'm going to have my pineapples towards the edge of, and the right way up would be good, towards the edge of my piece of paper. And I'm probably only going to need 4, but I will do a few extras so that I can pick the best. Because that's what you do with fruit. You pick the best. So that's the pineapple. And then I just need to do the leaf. And remember that if you buy the punches and the stamp set together at the same time and use the right code, you can buy them as a bundle, and that way you save 10%, which is always good. We like to save money. And also remember, of course, we're in the middle of celebration, so £45, multiples thereof, free stuff from the little celebration catalogue, and there's lots of stuff to choose from. I think it's probably one of the best celebrations we have had. I'm probably biased, but there we go. So that's worth bearing in mind. If you've got a larger order, however, my recommendation is actually to get the starter kit, because the starter kit is the best deal in the catalogue, always is. Right, so there's my pineapple, which is a sort of short, fat pineapple. If I pop my punch, can you see? Is that focusing? Sort of. And then if I punch, I get a little pineapple. But you can see that there's outline left. So you don't need the outline stamp because you're going to punch it away anyway. So let me just punch those out. So yes, during the celebration, the starter kit gets even better than usual. The usual £130 of product of your choice for £99, plus free catalogues, business stuff, which they send you whether you actually are intending to do this as a business or just doing it for the discount like most people. So yes, but during celebration you get 2 free stamp sets as well. Yay! Which is always good. And those are any ones of your choice, not the not from the celebration catalogue. They're free, free full price ones, if you see what I mean. So anything from the spring, summer or annual catalogue would be good to go. So yeah, so you could end up for £99, which includes free postage and packing. I keep forgetting to say that. You could end up with over £200 worth of stuff. And I've got a little series that will be coming up soon, showing you what can go in your starter kit, depending on whether you're new to Stampin' Up and new to stamping, or whether you are looking to expand your Stampin' Up stash, and you've already got stuff, or you're looking to get all the blends, because that's an option, is getting all the blends and you still have money to spare. I probably don't need more than 5. And also, if you're looking to start this as a business, I've got some ideas of a good kit for if you're looking at this as a business. So yeah, it's just fuzzy. So keep your eyes peeled for those, because hopefully you'll find those useful. Ooh. But yes, in the meantime, my my energies are going on team training stuff, because that is coming up very, very soon. And we all enjoy team training. We do lovely stuff like swapping, so we make half a dozen of the same card and we swap them with other people who have used the same basic supplies, and it just gives you ideas for how you could use things in a different way. No, I think that's probably a pineapple too far. But yeah, it's a great way of getting inspiration. We have classes. I mean, this is a full day event. We have a couple of classes. We have some products showcasing, all sorts of really great stuff. So it really is proper, training, but it's still fun, because it's crafting too, and it's being with like-minded people. We all like being with like-minded people. So this is a piece of the crumb cake. Now, what's it called? It's not, is it the fine? No, it's not the fine weave. It's called classic weave. It was something weave. This went out of stock over Christmas. Well, I suppose because it was more to do with oh, my brain, Thanksgiving. It was very popular as part of Thanksgiving projects, but yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that on the front of my bag with a couple of dimensionals, and as you would have seen, I used the mini dimensionals for the pineapples because they fit, so why wouldn't I? Right, I can see what I need, I just can't find it, if you see what I mean. There we are. So, I'm using the Silver Baker's Twine from the Spring Summer catalogue. Oh good, husband is now putting back the chipper. So yes, this is the white and silver Baker's Twine. This is in the, I want to say it's the Petal Palette, but it may be the Cake Soiree. And unfortunately I stupidly don't have my catalogue in front of me, or indeed in my craft room. One of the things I did discover when I was fluey was that I could still look through the catalogue, but it means that my catalogue is now by my bed, which is fine. It's where your catalogue probably should live. Excuse me, because who doesn't have a catalogue by their bed? It's the best place to have it. It gives you something interesting to read in the wee small hours if you can't sleep properly. What I would recommend not doing, however, is deciding that you're going to place an order at 2 o'clock in the morning because you've got a high fever and nothing much else to do. You can end up with your order having some very odd things in it. Fortunately, they were very odd things that I have no problem having. But yeah, possibly wasn't the brightest thing I have ever done. But there you go, the joys of mobile phones and being able to order on your mobile phone. I think it should probably have been removed surgically from my hands. I'm not sure it was wise of my husband to let me hang on to it, but there we go. Okay, let's pop that to one side, straighten this all up a bit. And there we go. Helps keep body and soul together. Let's get rid of everything that we don't need. Bring in the others that I have made. And there we are. Some of my team gifts ready for team training in a couple of weeks' time. I hope you enjoyed that. Do give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Do remember to subscribe. My subscriber numbers are slowly going up and it's lovely. But a few more subscribers would be great. Also, at the moment for UK folk who are not demonstrators, if you sign up to my mailing list, my newsletter, I'm going to enter you in a prize draw, free prize draw. All you have to do is sign up to my mailing list, and which you can do either on my business Facebook page, there's a sign up button there, or on my blog, there's a sign up form on my blog, and the associated post is linked below here. So yes, if you sign up to my newsletter, I will enter you into a prize draw for a little mini craft kit, but that's only for UK and it's only for non-demonstrators. I will check through to make sure that I've not got any demonstrators in the draw. I'm more than happy to have demonstrators sign up to the my mailing list, but I won't enter you in the draw. So what else do I need to say? That's probably it for the moment. She says terribly high-pitched. I will see you all very soon. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye!